More women are being diagnosed with breast cancer under the age of 45, also known as early onset breast cancer. New research published earlier this year found all cancers increased in younger adults from 2010 to 2019, led by breast cancer. Thanks for joining us for this week's Health News You Can Use. I'm Lindsay Stish. This week, we're talking about how younger women and men can monitor for breast cancer and recent updates in screening guidelines. With me today is Dr. Ruby Meierotto, a breast radiologist at St. Luke's Cancer Institute. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force lowered its recommended age to start breast cancer screenings by 10 years. Can you break down the current recommendations?
So for women at average risk for developing breast cancer, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force lowered the age for screening mammograms to age 40 instead of age 50. Now, these guidelines have not yet been officially approved. However, we think this is great news because now these guidelines are closer to what other organizations recommend and to what the St. Luke's breast experts practice. So we recommend women at average risk get a mammogram every year starting at age 40 because these guidelines hands down save the most lives.
Okay. Now, more women in their 30s and 40s are being diagnosed with breast cancer. What can people do who are below the age of 40?
So women should have their risk assessed by age 25 because women at high risk for developing breast cancer may need to start yearly screening mammograms and possibly yearly screening breast MRIs before the age of 40. These women should participate in our high-risk breast clinic. Now, early detection can also include a yearly clinical breast exam by a healthcare professional, and then quickly reporting any breast changes, such as breast lumps, bloody nipple discharge, or skin or nipple changes that they note on a monthly self-breast exam. Early detection is important because it gives our patients the best chance at treatment success.
Absolutely. Okay, all good things to know. So what factors put a person at higher risk for breast cancer?
So some factors that cannot be changed include being female, aging, having certain genetic mutations, and then having a personal or family history for breast or ovarian cancer. Now, lifestyle-related factors that can increase a person's risk for developing breast cancer include excessive alcohol, being overweight or obese, lack of physical activity, not having children, not breastfeeding, and then certain birth control methods and hormone replacement therapy. If you or your doctor suspect that you're at high risk, you can always visit the St. Luke's website and search high-risk breast clinic.
Okay, good to know. Now, many high-risk patients undergo yearly MRIs through St. Luke's high-risk breast clinic. Can you tell us about the new recommendation for the use of MRI over ultrasound for screening?
So recently, the American College of Radiology stated that a screening breast MRI is the modality of choice, so not screening breast ultrasound for high-risk women. It's because MRI finds more cancers and then also has fewer false positives or false alarms that can lead to unnecessary and costly breast biopsies. So yes, for these reasons, St. Luke's has always recommended a screening breast MRI, not a screening breast ultrasound for high-risk women. Now, for average-risk women with dense breast tissue, we offer the fast breast MRI, which is performed in about half the time of the traditional MRI. Now, this exam is in addition to the yearly screening mammogram, and it's because MRIs can find more cancers than mammography alone.
Okay, great. Now, ending on a positive note, the average risk of dying from breast cancer has dropped significantly since the 90s, thanks in part to early detection and mammography. How are 3D mammograms and AI helping catch cancers earlier?
So the 2D mammogram typically requires 4 images, or 2 of each breast. The 3D mammogram can obtain up to 64 images, or 16 times that of the 2D mammogram. These additional images help radiologists not only find more invasive cancers, but then also have those fewer false positives or false alarms. And of course, know that St. Luke's was the first in the Kansas City area, the first in the entire state of Missouri to offer this technology. Artificial intelligence or AI software assists radiologists' mammogram interpretation. And then it also helps us, again, find more cancers, have fewer false positives or false alarms. AI continues to get better every year as more and more mammograms are fed into the algorithm to improve its accuracy.
Okay, fantastic. Now, is there anything else you'd like to add?
So here at St. Luke's, we only employ fellowship-trained breast radiologists because studies show that we find more cancers, have fewer false positives or false alarms. So you can see that we do everything we can at St. Luke's to find breast cancer as early as possible by pairing the latest technology, so 3D mammograms with AI assistance and breast MRI, with the highest level of interpretation, fellowship-trained breast radiologists, because we are dedicated to saving as many lives as possible from breast cancer and preventing unnecessary breast cancer deaths.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
To find out how to schedule a 3D mammogram at one of St. Luke's breast centers, visit stlukeskc.org/mammogram. You can also stay up to date with all the latest health news and stories from St. Luke's at stlukeskc.org/news. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time on Health News You Can Use.